Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, February 28th. A cold front came through the region last night. While it'll still be a nice day today, it'll be quite a bit cooler than yesterday. We had temperatures up around 60 degrees in many spots in the Mid-Atlantic region. Today will be much closer to 50 degrees for highs with plenty of sunshine. Late in the day, some clouds will start to increase, and overnight tonight, clouds will thicken up. Precipitation moves in during the morning hours, probably early morning in the D.C. region, and then mid-morning across Philadelphia and New York. And it'll be just cold enough for some sleet and perhaps even snow at the onset in the northern and western suburbs of Philadelphia, as well as in and around the New York City region tomorrow mid-morning to the midday hours. By later on tomorrow afternoon, it should be raining just about in all the big cities, and that rain will come down pretty hard at times tomorrow afternoon in D.C., Philly, and New York. Now, farther to the north and east, in interior parts of New England as well as upstate New York, they'll get several inches of snow and ice during the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. And tomorrow, as well as tomorrow night, there will be a major snowstorm raging out of the northern plains in places like North and South Dakota, Minnesota, and the western part of Wisconsin. Well, let's take a look at this latest surface map with all the players on the field here. First of all, here's the cold frontal system that is now well off the east coast. This came through in the overnight hours. Large high pressure, and we've talked about this quite a bit. This is playing a key role in sending down some cold, dry air over the next 24 hours down the coastal plain in a cold air damming situation, and that'll pave the way for a wintry mix, at least from points the Pennsylvania-Maryland border on north and east. This high will move very slowly and kind of set up anchor here in the next 12 to 24 hours in the southeastern part of Canada, and will send some cold, dry air down here. At the same time, precipitation will be moving quickly to the east and arriving probably early morning hours in D.C. and then mid-morning in the Philadelphia and New York City region. For today, the storm that will head into the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 24 hours is dumping a lot of snow over the Rockies, especially the mountainous parts of the western part of Colorado. It'll move towards the Dakotas and Minnesota and Wisconsin, and they'll have in many spots more than a foot of snow tomorrow into tomorrow night. And then that storm will kind of grind to a halt over the Great Lakes as a secondary develops off the Mid-Atlantic coast. Here's the latest IR composite satellite loop. Lots of clear skies. Once again, lots of sunshine here in the Mid-Atlantic region for today. It'll be a nice day, but cooler than yesterday. Again, yesterday we had temperatures near 60. It'll be much closer to 50 degrees in most spots today. Here's the storm that we're watching. This is now over the Rockies, headed towards the northern plains. They'll get considerable snowfall out over the Rockies, especially the western Colorado Rockies. And then tomorrow up in the northern plains, anywhere from north to South Dakota all the way to western part of Wisconsin, they can get a foot or more of snow. That storm kind of grinds to a halt as a secondary forms along the east coast, but precipitation will advance fairly quickly in the early morning hours into the Mid-Atlantic region. Well, let's walk through the NAM, North American Mesoscale model for tonight, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow night. By tonight, we have that large high-pressure area situated over southeastern Canada. It is sending down colder air down along the coastal plain here east of the Appalachian Mountains in a cold air damming type situation. Temperatures tonight will drop well down into the 30s, but you notice dew points will be quite low, and that all plays a role in why at the onset of the precipitation tomorrow there can be some sleet and even some snow involved. Cold, dry air mass will lead to some evaporative cooling at the onset of the precipitation. Temperatures may drop a few degrees as soon as the precipitation begins during the morning hours tomorrow. Here's the storm system by tonight, headed into the northern plains, and again, they'll have a major snowstorm up there over the next 24 hours or so after that storm dumps a lot of snow over the Colorado Rockies. By tomorrow morning, the NAM model has that major storm over the northern plains. Again, it kind of grinds to a halt and starts to occlude or weaken by the time it reaches Lake Superior, let's say, but then a secondary develops here along the east coast. No matter what this storm is doing out here, this area of precipitation is absolutely advecting quickly to the east here, and it'll overspread the area. And we'll have some downpours during the afternoon tomorrow afternoon. There will be quite a bit of precipitation in about a 6 or 8 hour period. And again, initially, notice here this temperature line here kind of dips a little action here dipping to the south and east, indicative of a cold air damming situation where this high pressure sends some cold air down along the I-95 corridor east of the Appalachians. And because of that cold, dry air in place, the initial onset of the precipitation, maybe for an hour or two, could have some sleet involved and maybe even some snowflakes anywhere from the Pennsylvania-Maryland border on north and east. For the most part, it looks like it'll be an all-rain event in and around the D.C. region. The farther north and east you go, the better the chance for some snow and ice. There can even be some small accumulations of snow and ice in and around the New York City region at the onset. And for the most part, slippery spots will probably be confined to the Lehigh Valley and points north and east. Poconos probably get a few inches of snow out of this, and certainly as you go up into interior sections of New York and New England, they'll get several inches of snow and ice during the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. By tomorrow night, the northern plains low is starting to kind of occlude and weaken here as a secondary starts to develop. You can see some signs of it here in the isobar pattern on this NAM map for tomorrow night. There's, again, quite a bit of precipitation here that will fall in a 6 to 8 hour period during the midday and afternoon hours. It'll start to pull out during the early evening tomorrow, and later on tomorrow night and Thursday, I don't expect anything more than a few showers. The heaviest precipitation will fall during the day tomorrow. And again, it'll be cold enough for some sleet, possibly even some snow in the northern and western suburbs of Philadelphia, probably in the mid to late morning hours. And at the same time frame, mid to late morning hours, there can be some snow and ice in and around the New York City region, with even some small accumulations in that area of snow and ice. So stay tuned. Later on today, we'll have an update at the SIweather.com. I'm meteorologist